Coming down today, we've got Tom Heaton in the house for the Precision Glove launch. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage Tom Heaton. So what attracted you to be the keeper in the first place? Because I remember when I was a kid growing up, we could never get a keeper. How did you become a goalkeeper?
Yeah, it was a strange one. You know, I was playing for a lot of teams at the time, Sunday League teams, the town team, the school team. Ended up playing for the Cub Scout team, believe it or not. You know, young and sort of a little bit naive, I think, at the time. I think everyone knew how much I wanted to be a professional footballer, and they said to me that, you know, if you play in goal, you've got a better chance. And weirdly, I think I did the maths wrong and ended up going in goal. Really enjoyed it. Used to throw myself about in the mud. Loved it, and it built from there. Really.
So you was obviously at Manchester United during the Sir Alex Ferguson era. What was it like as a young player, knowing that Sir Alex was managing the first team? And did you always want to try and grab his attention? And what was he like interacting with yourself?
Yeah, he was brilliant. You know, I've always said it. You know, my experience of him was, you know, he really was the main man growing up. Everyone tells you how much of a big figure he is, and then as you get older, I started full time, and you realise how much of the main man he is. But I have to say, he was always great with me. You know, always fair, firm. You know, he had rules. He expected everyone to stick to the rules, keep the standards high. Be first to let you know if that wasn't the case. But you know, top drawer. You know, very approachable. Have a laugh every day, as long as everything's, you know, you're getting everything right.
And in terms of inspiration for goalkeepers, obviously being at Manchester United, you've got Peter Schmeichel, Edwin van der Sar. Were those guys that you looked up to for advice? And was there any other keeper that you really looked up to and like wanted to be like on the pitch?
Obviously Schmeichel, I was quite a young lad at United at the time, so I didn't have that much interaction with him on a sort of personal level, other than just watching him and seeing him from a distance. You know, I was fortunate, very fortunate, as I got older. I was third choice at United. Edwin van der Sar was the goalkeeper at the time, and I had a fantastic relationship with him where, you know, I used to chew his ear off and try and take as much from him as I possibly could. He was brilliant with me for that. You know, I love how he played the game. He had a real composed sort of feel, and I think that spread throughout the team, so that was something I always tried to take from him. In terms of others, obviously Casillas, you know, for what he did in the game, you know, coming in the Champions League final at 18 and not conceding a goal was brilliant. Buffon, you know, these are all the sort of names, Neuer of late, that you know, all sort of really inspirational goalkeepers across the game. So,
fourth season at Burnley now. You've had 2 relegations and 2 promotions. You're currently 12th in the Premier League. How much of a boost for the club would it be to cement themselves as a Premier League mainstay and survive this season and push on?
Yeah, it'd be brilliant. You know, that was certainly the aim at the start of the season. You know, obviously the first year I signed, we got promoted when we were favourites to get relegated that season. You know, we got to the Premier League. Unfortunately, we were relegated that year, but we still felt it was a successful year from where the club was at, where the squad was at. You know, we only missed it by 3 points in the end. We then got relegated back down to the Championship. But I think the overall picture was we were building, we're moving things forward. I think that showed last season when we won the league. I think unless you're building over a long period, you don't get that successful season on the back of relegation. So that stood us in good stead for this season. We've started really well, put ourselves in a great position. But it's important that we go and finish the job. You know, there's a long way to go yet. It's important that we go and seal the deal.
So speaking of that United game, there's one particular moment that comes to my mind, the save from Zlatan. You were quoted as saying you nearly broke your arm. How much did it hurt, and is it one of your best saves you ever made?
One of my worst quotes, I think, but yeah, I think that might have been a bit of an exaggeration, but it was certainly a bit sore at the time. It probably was one of my best saves, I think. Just for the nature of it, really. I think, you know, at Old Trafford, you know, we were sort of clean sheet, backs to the wall, as I've already said. So obviously, yeah, I mean, for the circumstances that surround it, it's probably right up there. Yeah.
And obviously, we look at the manager, Sean Dyche, who's doing a great job with you guys. What's his management style like? What type of manager is he day to day?
Yeah, he's brilliant, really. You know, you can see, you know, his man management skills are excellent. His technical understanding is fantastic. But he's approachable. You know, we all have a laugh. You know, sort of have that part of that team spirit that I've already talked about. You know, and he's really one for setting high standards, and if you don't meet those standards, he'll be first to tell you, and rightly so. And certainly, if you step out